Hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality with the best hair, and welcome to the final week of...
The Summer of Jackie Chan!
And what better way to... Okay, to be honest with you, I really don't have a way to lead into this. Bleeding Steel! Released in 2017, Bleeding Steel is considered to be the latest film in the Police Story series. Side series, sort of. It's kind of related to Police Story. I mean, Jackie Chan stars in it as a police officer, and some versions of the movie have music that's kinda like Police Story. Sorta. But if you expect this to be anything like Super Cop, well... hell, I don't know. Jackie Chan stars as Lin Dong, a cop whose expertise may be described with the enthusiasm of a 90s Nintendo game. However, his daughter's life is tied to a secret biomechanical experiment that leads to crime syndicates with secret spaceships raining down on Australia, and only he can stop them. Or something like that. Believe it or not, I really did try to explain the plot in that paragraph. But, nevertheless, let's take a look at Bleeding Steel and see just what that looks like in motion. Our story opens on a dark and forecast to later be stormy night, where Lin receives a call that his daughter, Shishi, is in dire straits. Her leukemia could kill her at any moment, but more importantly...
Before she went into the coma, she told everyone you promised to be there for her birthday.
Not only is she dying, but it's also her birthday, and her father made a promise! I'm just saying, no pressure. Hearing this, Lin tears through the streets in a race against time to get to the hospital and be there for his daughter's birthday deathbed. However, on the way he gets another call. Seems there's a problem. Witness protection has been compromised for a specific mad scientist who is working on experimental biomechanical technology to create super soldiers for an illegal arms dealer. But there was a bit of a problem last time. Experiment went haywire, killed the arms dealer, and now they gotta transfer the guy. He then gets another call letting him know that he's the best of the best, and they just can't do this super important task without Agent Lin at the helm. But he's already at the hospital, so... Dude, just go inside and give her the teddy bear. What the hell's the station gonna say? Oh, we need Agent Lin on this case, and we need him to be emotionally destroyed if we want to succeed! So Mr. Lin arrives, along with like 40 other motherfuckers, to collect this drugged and deranged Dr. James, played by Kim Jin-jo. So surely they really needed Dong here to take care of this. Sweet hell, man, this night just keeps getting better. And what the hell hospital texts you? By the way, your daughter's not gonna make it. Shit, if you're gonna be that heartless, might as well go all out. Lin's partner, Susan, played by Erica Xiaohu, catches that moment, but the several dozen of them have a job to do. However, before they can secure the men, everything starts blowing up. This is because they are under attack by the big bad cyberpunk antagonists of this story, led by Callan Mulvey, who plays Andre, the guy who pretty much is the Marilyn Manson-looking motherfucker in Crackdown. Or at least the way I play him, working up my explosive experience every chance I get. Sure, cops are dying left and right, but Lin is sure he can save his friend Johnny!
Johnny! Hey, Lena! I'm okay!
No! Not Johnny! We've known him since... well... I mean, at the very least, he didn't send a text. Also, gotta say, the action isn't bad. The presentation is on point, editing is a bit jumpy at times, but hey, Susan's makeup is still on fleek. Either way, it's gonna be hard to get Dr. James out of there while Darth Dre keeps blowing up all the vehicles. However, Lin realizes that the key to defeating these goons is by utilizing the ultimate power of non-lethal weaponry. Might be too little too late, though, as the Doctor is shot. Even Susan's display of advanced acrobatic axe kickery isn't enough to stop the guy who strikes back. Finally getting a little dirt on her face, she is defeated. With that, it looks like Andre has succeeded, going for the Doctor. But what's this? Jackie Chan found the one car still intact and rams the bad guy through several walls. Just checking, the climax is supposed to come at the end of the movie, right? Which means it's not over yet, as lest we forget, this guy really reminds me of the motherfucker from Crackdown. However, Lin isn't going to let this opening go by without at least one more giant frickin' explosion, blowing the baddie up, and knocking himself back, horribly wounded. Well, that's enough setup for us to suddenly jump 13 years later and catch up on things with BS News. Yeah, that's the name of the show. Seems there's already a book about this movie, and it's just chock full of spoilers.
Her blood contains all the memories. One day she will find her memories back again. Wow!
Hell, even in movies, why is this news? Rick Rogers, played by Damien Garvey, is living it up thanks to his long history of best-selling novels, and the legs of his next party favor are on the way to his place. We don't see her face yet, but his guards give her a pretty in-depth pat-down. However, despite how unassuming she is, her intentions may not be so pure as simple carnal exhibition. That glitter under her fingernails isn't just for show. She intends to drug him with whiskey that he's downing like a goddamn cowboy. Hell, that alone should knock him out. After successfully putting the man to sleep, we find out she was in fact a he! Which the guards should really have been able to tell considering where their hands went. Unless Ricky here has a history of ordering those special features. However, another has joined the fray, the woman in black, played by Tess Hobrick, who tears through her opposition with her techno fidget spinners of death! This gets a bit in the way of the work of Leeson, played by Shado, who is trying to do the old hack and download with the guy's files. She, however, is more interested in the direct approach, waking him up to demand he tell her where he got the idea for bleeding steel. But then someone else crashes the party, breaking through a window and tossing explosive pills left and right. It was either Jackie Chan or someone really pissed off that Amazon canceled the release date delivery on their pre-order. After he deftly dodges all of her attacks and fights her off for good measure, we find out that the man with the heavy Jackie Chan accent also wants to know where he got the story from. Admitting he stole the story and it's all in his laptop, the lady slits his throat, leaping back into action. However, the mysterious stranger simply uses his USB-C 4, ensuring that he escapes. The laptop explodes, and leaving the woman with nothing but the fidget spinners she came with. However, our hacker with the lungs of an orca managed to copy the data and slip away without anyone noticing. Though that last part is hard to explain without incompetence, like this motherfucker doesn't look even the least bit suspicious leaving that building where all those explosions and gunshots just came out of. We also find out that the mysterious masked man was in fact Lin Dong. Who'd have thunk it? He sees that at least the surveillance teams think, hey, that guy dressed in lingerie and a hoodie looks a bit out of place. He's not the only one checking footage, though, as we see that Andre is still alive. The woman in black doesn't have the laptop, but she did bring a thumb drive with a copy of the movie on it. Watching this, even he figures out right away that the guy in the mask is obviously Jackie Chan. More importantly, though, the guy who got there first bought their outfit online. Thus, go to the shipping address and find out that that was him covering his tracks. But where is he now? Combing that data that Rick had on his lappy. Seems there's a girl from an orphanage taking center stage. So, time to head down there. Are you sure you're creepy enough? I mean, why not just pull out the binoculars and the Stalker for Life shirt? Somehow he's less disturbing than Lin, who is straight up working at the cafeteria for the lady, who goes by Nancy, played by Nana Ouyang. As unsettling as those two are, they are at least not as straight up hostile as the random girls around here. Nothing like a casually racist remark to really get the blood flowing. Sorry, I just had an itch. Soon enough, the two of them managed to break up the fight. Not that Nancy needed help, she's got Wolverine healing powers. However, while she can brush off battles and boys without much trouble, she is having problems with horrifying nightmares of indistinct origin. And a roommate who doesn't appreciate constantly waking up to her screaming. Don't worry, Nancy does have a means of dealing with this, going to the friendly neighborhood witch. This takes her down the dark back alleys of deviance. Or a late 80s rap video, not quite sure, to the witch's lair. Let in by Sammy the Dwarf, we soon meet the Witch, played by Gillian Jones. She's kind of a psychotherapist, but with less talking and more voodoo goth decorations. Laying her down for treatment, they need her to relax so that Nancy can slip into her subconscious and find her peculiar hidden memories. Memories of the Doctor and his odd experiments that go horribly wrong! Only one thing to do now. Gratuitous tit shot! Oh, it's because the witch needed to needle her boob to pull her out of that, and instantly close her shirt conveniently enough. The witch tells her, you know what, got 2 souls in you. That's a bit beyond my pay grade, but hey, I'll refer you to this master hypnotist. Hope it works out. This much to the dismay of the dwarf, who was expecting to record her talking about her dream. Yeah, they've been selling the tapes to Ricky, but he's dead now, so whoops. Much like Nancy's gonna be in a second. That's the thing about heading down to the bad parts of town all alone. Tends to attract all sorts. And when you flee in terror only to find an even larger group of people who also wish to do you harm, well, options are limited. But Leeson has arrived to save the day! I'm not saying that he's capable, just that's what his intentions are. Thug 1 does drop from the blow eventually, and the fight is on! And it's one without Jackie Chan in it, so the focus is less on backflips and impossible stunts, and more on comedy. A rather loose definition of comedy, of course. Not to worry, for Nancy has a spray can and can blind them all, even when it makes no sense. This gives them the chance to escape, fleeing from the rest and locking the door behind them. With this reprieve, Leeson tries to make the moves on her, but rather than her name, she just gives him the cold shoulder. Luckily, he happened to pickpocket her during that little exchange and knows precisely where she's going. And that's actually lucky for her too, because she arrives at the Sydney Opera House long before they've opened, and wouldn't you know it, they won't just let her in. However, Leeson slipped in earlier and says she's his girlfriend, allowing her to come inside. Is because he stole the pass of Mr. Salami. A foolproof plan!
I'm glad I found you. I need you to come with me.
Oh, where are we going?
I need you to fix some light.
Okay. Just stay here and no more fights.
As long as the plan was not to spend more time with her and just more to progress the plot. This frees her up to seek out the Master of Magic, who is none other than motherfucking Cosentino. With the help of this magician and his impressive portfolio, they tap into the second soul kicking around in Nancy's noggin, Shishi. She remembers what it was like when she was a child, and when she had a father. No time to get any more details, though, because the woman in black has come to kill you all!
My work here is done.
My cameo appearance has been fulfilled, and now I may receive my check. Before she can kill her, though, the mystery ninja arrives. Who could it be? It's Jackie Chan! And now everyone knows it's Jackie Chan! Oh my god! He would make a terrible superhero. While Lin is busy with the goons, the woman in black just rolls Nancy's unconscious ass out of there. However, that's not gonna stop the Battle Creek Brawlers rumble in this Bronx. He's gonna rush hour his foreigner ass down there and city hunt her wherever it may lead. Shanghai noon drunken you know what, fuck it, this idea sounded better in my head. Point is, while Lin has her distracted, Leeson slips Nancy away. The fight between Lin and the fidget ninja eventually leads all the way up to the roof of the Sydney Opera House. You know, that shot that was used on the Blu-ray cover, only without nearly as many laser beams, explosions, or spaceships. It does have Jackie Chan taking the happy slide down to the ground level before leaping onto Leeson's boat to escape. Okay, job done. Better put her to bed. She looks exhausted.
Mister? Who are you to her?
Shut up.
Oh shit, Lin, if you really want him to feel unwelcome, just tell him you're her dad. He's got a better idea, actually. Handcuff the motherfucker! That way, he can't run as Lin drags him, kicking and screaming, down into his secret bat cave. Then handcuffing him to an exercise machine before tossing a spare pill bomb down his throat, as a means to get him to cooperate. Thus, we finally find out what he was doing cross-dressing over at Ricky's place. He's a thief. Sees himself as a Robin Hood type, but he never mentions anything about actually giving away any of the money he accumulates. The thing with Nancy, though, he saw her on Rick's laptop and thought she was cute. Okay, he can live for now. Still gotta stay chained to that until Lin sees if his story checks out.
You have to stay here.
Hey! Let me out!
So the situation is kind of like Saw if the bomb was defused and the only threat was being forced to exercise. I hope Nintendo doesn't get inspiration from this video. Lin's going to see the witch because she's somehow still relevant. I mean, she's not, but maybe finding out that people showed up there and killed them too matters to somebody out there. The big reason this scene exists is to get Lin far, far away for long enough that when his Nancy tracker goes off, he's not in any position to stop her from leaving the house, as that is all she did. Funny thing, having the memories of not just one, but two lives coming into focus for you is a little traumatic of an experience, so can't let you out just yet, Leeson. Need to go find my daughter. Again. Oh, but there's also a bunch of baddies swarming the place, so slip out of the secret exit and then take care of that pest problem. And Leeson dropped the key, so man, it's gonna be fun dealing with that smell when you get home. She must be making good time because Lin has to take a flight to keep up with her. This gives us enough time for a little backstory. You see, Shishi did in fact die, but Dr. James' experimental technology, bleeding steel, saved her life, but for some reason wiped her memory, and gave her his memories. It's complicated, but Andre was the first experiment, which didn't work out so well. Lin figures he'd come for her, so throw her ass in an orphanage to keep her safe. I mean, unless her memories return, which they will, or if Lin stays close to her anyway, which he did, but hey, just keeping the fact that she was treated with bleeding steel secret is obviously the more complicated and difficult option. Oh well, Lin meets up with his old police partner, Susan, still as flawless as ever. She mentions the deal with Leeson seems accurate enough, though it's hard to be sure as he travels a lot and doesn't seem to have any family. More importantly, though...
Oh, we're losing CC signal. I think we should separate.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll go back to headquarters.
Alright, Susan, it's been fun having you around, but we all know who the star of this movie is. That lady in black with the spinny things. What's her name again? Not sure, but she's coming for Nancy, who came all the way out here based on some of Dr. James's memories and had a bit of a breakdown trying to make sense of the plot so far. Honestly, I don't blame her. But after Lady Twirly Death gets a hold of her, Lin spots them in his car. Thus, a chase scene breaks out. Jackie Chan tries desperately to change lanes, but the bastards refuse to wave him in. Not to worry, Leeson somehow followed them. I'll just assume he's dead and this is his ghost running interference, saving Nancy by, causing her to be caught in a horrifying automobile accident as the SUV rolls over and over and over again.
Hey, that was the wrong car.
Well, thank fuck for that. That'd be a hell of a thing to have to roll credits on. But where is the girl? Well, if you just yank out a random chip from the car, plug it into your Apple dongle, and slap it in a smartphone, guess that shows where she is. The baddies, however, are at the bank. Seems Nancy found a key to a safe deposit box, so Woman in Black and her spare goons have gone to pick it up. However, it seems the bank was in fact populated by undercover cops. Can't be that they were obvious about their evil intentions. I mean, those three blended in so well. Oh well, time to break out. Just do what I do, blame it on input lag. As it just so happens, this vault is also equipped with knockout gas. This gives our heroes the chance to retrieve what the baddies had procured. A cheap-ass, old-ass camcorder ass. What is on it? A bootleg of this movie, best as I can tell. It goes over Dr. James's experiments in regeneration, specifically the first one, Andre, and the quest to turn him into the ultimate super soldier. Without anesthetic, apparently. They deduce that with the lab records, Andre could, in fact, build an entire army of bioroids. Or whatever the hell they're calling them. And somehow this extremely abridged camcorder footage works just as well as piles and piles of research notes. Pictures really are worth 1,000 words. Thing is, they still need to get Nancy back, so send the camcorder to HQ for safekeeping, and then we cut to an SUV driving down the desert, pulling up to and parking inside that big frickin' spaceship that just so happens to be out there. This would be the enemy spacecraft. Andre is here, along with Nancy, and he intends to transfer her blood into himself as a means to repair the damage done to him 13 years ago. Finally, he will become a true Bioroid.
You'll have 3 memories once I pass them on to you. And believe me, you will go insane.
Now, just to deal with the fact that he wants to destroy the world as a means to research and understand it, jotting down notes in his Hello Kitty Ultra book. But what of that SUV that rolled up? Well, that's the Woman in Black and her 2 goons. That is, a cosplay of those characters. It's actually Susan, Leeson, and the Big Dong himself. They have come to stop the operation, but darn it, there's glass in the way. Like that double-plated plasma bolt-proof glass. This means all they can do is have an action scene in the other room while Andre gets all the blood he needs. Now he's back, fully juiced up and ready to kick all of the asses, take all of the names, and win the day in the name of evil. Andre is far, far more badass than any goon up to this point in the movie. And don't forget about that glass barrier. That means all the girl can do is lie there and watch as Andre beats the ever-loving fuck out of her father and everyone he cares about.
Blood transfusion interrupted. Reverting.
Reverting? How can you revert that blood transfusion? Her blood is currently in the other room beating the crap out of her dad. So because, future her blood that was just drained out of her just teleports its ass back into her veins, and she breaks free, joining the fray. She only offers a minor distraction, but that's somehow enough to catch Andre off guard and let everyone else start kicking his ass like he's nothing, eventually dangling him over the giant burning furnace thing that's in the middle of the medbay for no apparent reason.
Warning, system malfunctioning. All personnel evacuate.
Wait, what? What the fuck happened to it? I know they just had a fight and a couple of handgun rounds went off, but is that really enough to disrupt the big thing there and start blowing up? What the fuck? Did this spaceship just fall out of warranty? The whole damn thing comes crashing down, trapping Andre in fire and death while severing Lin's arm. Well, the whole fucking ship is falling apart now, so they must run! Except Leeson, who gets caught in the explosion! No! Not the creepy stalker guy! Oh, I never got the chance to tell him to leave me the fuck alone at least 20 times. Ah, no time to cry. They have to keep up that running for their lives thing. The Star Destroyer is breaking apart, remember? Well, that's nothing a couple of spare parachutes can't solve. However, this victory is short-lived. It turns out Andre is still alive, only very badly burned. And no, I have no fucking idea how in the hell he managed to escape that big metal cage full of lava that he was trapped in. But at this point, does it honestly fucking matter? But remember that bleeding steel shit? Well, it's in the blood, and involves a metal heart, but forget that detail for now, because Andre stabbed Lin a minute ago, therefore a couple nanomachines might have gotten into him, therefore, boom! Instant arm regrowth, allowing him to jam his fist into Andre's chest. Not sure why the heart can't be regrown just as easily, but I guess that's enough, so boom! Andre is defeated. The Star Destroyer has been destroyed, and Susan saves Lin from falling to his death. Therefore, happy ending! Lin, Susan, and Shishi are alive and well, and at a carnival. However, Susan has grave news regarding Leeson. It seems his real name was Cho Kung-ho, and his father was that arms dealer Andre killed 13 years ago, along with all his family. Except Ho, who was on vacation or something. However, it also looks like that old camcorder was stolen as well. Who could have done that? Well, Leeson, obviously, though it seems the potential buyers aren't offering prices he's willing to take.
Sorry. I have a dinner date with Jackie Chan. Over.
Fuck!
Because Leeson survived the explosion. And the crashing spaceship. And falling from a great height into the ocean. And being tied to that exercise machine earlier in Left 4 Dead, let's not forget that one. Because, I don't know, maybe he's a secret third-generation biohemorrhoid or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that was Bleeding Steel. And I don't think being in motion helped. If anything, it made it worse. The plot obviously isn't the most straightforward and simple thing, but the way it's presented doesn't make it any easier to understand. It just comes off as even more convoluted. So, a doctor made a regenerative technology for super soldiers, and his first experiment didn't work quite so well, so he improved the tech, but went into hiding instead of just continuing to work with Andre and fix his screw-ups. Okay, but then he just uses it to save Shishi's life at the cost of her memories, in secret, mind you, as Andre doesn't know Shishi has the stuff in her, but in order to keep the secret, Lin doesn't take his daughter in, but rather leave her at an orphanage that he then frequents for no apparent reason, which should be a bigger indicator to anyone on the outside looking in that maybe he's covering up something that's kind of important there. And the fact that Shishi, now Nancy, doesn't know what happened and is haunted by memories she can't explain is exactly what leads her to seek help and ends up leaving a trail that the bad guys follow back to her without much difficulty. Kinda makes those 13 years of half abandoning your daughter and taking a part-time job at the orphanage kinda pointless now, doesn't it? I mean, without it, we wouldn't have a movie, but you don't even need hindsight to see the issues here. The conclusion isn't much better. He gets the blood, but then she gets her blood back because, and then everything starts blowing up just because, and Andre is back just because, and Leeson survives just because. You really get the sense that after a certain point, they just stop trying. At the end of the day, Bleeding Steel is a weird fucking movie. The presentation is actually pretty good, and when we get action, it's shot well enough, if not up to the standards of your usual Chan flick. And the acting is done pretty well, but holy fucking shit, the plot, the editing, the motivations, it's like a weird dream you have, and the more you try to explain it, the more you wonder if you're not remembering it right. Coming in at 2 gratuitous tit shots out of 5. Which is just kinda oddly there, like in editing someone was like, this scene needs something. Got it! Boobs! I wouldn't be surprised if those were stunt tits, but anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Shado. And remember, just go into the hospital and see your dying daughter. If bad guys are gonna show up and blow everything up, what does it matter if you're 2 minutes late? So our Jackie Chan finally over. Got everything out on time. Just need to get through the copyright strikes, but no real problems. Time for some me time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What the hell's a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Oh, the basketball player? I mean, that wasn't Wilt Chamberlain? Okay, it's not that big of a deal. They're both basketball players. They're both kind of famous and tall and... Jesus, man, what the... It's no... Lock! Jesus Christ! Shit!